and welcome to another GuideWire Systems Integrator Application Optimization webinar series. Today we're featuring Fulfillment Management by Zach Jennings.
Thanks, Michael. Hello, everyone. My name is Zach Jennings, and I'm a distribution consultant with GuidewireSI. Today, we will be going over fulfillment management and the benefits it can add to your company. With standard J.D. Edwards sales order processing, inventory is committed and allocated on a first-come, first-served basis, which limits the ability to meet customer orders. Some companies require complete full shipments, which can take longer to fill when inventory is committed at time of order entry. New orders or expedited orders can come in at later times, which can be difficult to fulfill. Today's example will be a treehouse manufacturer. Our treehouse manufacturer can only sell incomplete shipments, no partials allowed. Most of their treehouses include 3 standard items, which we will discuss later in this demo. We should note that since the pandemic of COVID-19, a ton of work from home projects have taken place, which has increased demand significantly. This is an example of the typical sales order process. Orders are entered and inventory is committed on a first-come, first-served basis. This is part of the reason why the treehouse company is having trouble fulfilling complete orders. A single inventory item may have a higher quantity on one order, not allowing future orders to be shipped when they can be filled completely. With fulfillment management, when orders are entered, they are not immediately committed. Users are able to run batch processes or select specific orders to allocate inventory against. The setup, such as scoring and rules, allows J.D. Edwards to make suggestions on where to allocate the inventory. Using the Fulfillment Management Workbench allows users to review, edit, and release orders back to the sales orders process. 3 main benefits from fulfillment management are prioritizing demand, improving customer service, and decreasing administrative costs. Each benefit has many attributes that J.D. Edwards help utilize, such as scoring sales order lines, assigning inventory based on priority and service level rules, improving order and line fill rates for priority customers, enforcing targeted service levels, and reducing transportation costs. With fulfillment management, there are a couple ways to get involved. Running auto fulfillment is a batch UBE, which can look over a variety of sales orders and make suggestions about how inventory should be allocated based on priority and rule. Fulfillment management also comes with a workbench. Users can manually override existing recommendations made by the auto fulfillment run, or come in manually to allocate inventory to high priority orders. The last option when using fulfillment management is using a hybrid strategy. Based on best practices, we recommend using this hybrid approach. This allows J.D. Edwards to make suggestions. Then once users are able to review the predefined values for each order, they can release orders or make manual adjustments. Typically, the auto fulfillment won't match 100% of what the business needs due to unique circumstances and customers. But by making suggestions, about 80% of the allocated inventory is correct. The last 20%, users can make manual adjustments or last-minute changes to get closer to that 100% value. We will review the 2 minimum setup pieces, followed by reviewing previously entered orders entered against fulfillment management. We'll take a look at how inventory is affected and other considerations. Scoring in fulfillment management consists of the following factors: customer priority, order type, line type, and requested date. Based on this criteria, orders are scored. The higher the score, the more of the priority the order is. There are 3 different methods of scoring: basic setup, which will be reviewed in this presentation, the use of advanced preferences, and a custom business function, which can provide more flexibility to scoring. In this example, we can see that SO document types are a higher priority than SV. Any requested date in the past, -999 in this example, up till 4 days in the future will receive a score of 160 when the order type is SO. When the order type is SV, the score will be 100. When fulfillment management is run, it will try and fill the FL before the SB. Service level rules, also known as service level agreements, defines the requirements for fulfilling a sales order for a group of customers. As you can see in the screenshot above, users are able to define a variety of ways to fulfill orders. This can be based on address number, customer group, item number, item group, business unit, custom function. In here, users can specify the target requirements for customers, such as allowing minimums, partial shipments, or cancellations if the complete order cannot be fulfilled. Releases back to the sales order will not be allowed unless the above criteria is met on the order. For this presentation, we are using a treehouse company that can only ship and complete orders, no partials allowed. And all customers are treated the same, equal customer priority score in the customer master. Above, we can see 4 orders have been entered into fulfillment management with similar products. Item TBA. This item is going to be used as the base of the treehouse. Item ROK. This item is going to be used as the roof of the treehouse. Item WLT. This item is going to be used as the siding of the treehouse. Once these orders are entered in sales order entry and fulfillment processing is activated behind the version that is being used, sales orders will show up on the fulfillment management workbench with the quantity in the unfulfilled column. If we take a look at inventory, we'll notice that not all of these orders can be shipped complete. In the item availability screen, we can see once the order has been entered, the quantity goes to the future commit column. Typically, during the sales order entry process, lines would have populated in the soft commit or back order columns if there is not enough inventory to fulfill the entire line on the sales order. Looking at item TBA, the quantity ordered is less than the quantity available on hand. We should be able to fulfill all current lines with item TBA. For item ROK, there is a significant amount of quantity ordered compared to what is available. Instead of going on back order, all of the quantity is placed in the future commit column. We should not be able to fulfill many lines with item ROK by looking at the above screenshot. For item WLT, we have significantly less quantity than what was ordered. Since the treehouse company cannot ship in partials, they will need to allocate inventory to see if they can fulfill any order completely by using the service level rules previously described in this presentation. In the on WO or on work order bucket, we can see that there is a work order in progress for 8 units. Keep this in mind as we will come back to this example. When auto fulfillment is run, it will produce a PDF indicating where it allocated the inventory from the particular run. Since the treehouse company can only ship and complete orders, order number 15913 was the only order that could be completely fulfilled. Although it is not the highest score or the first order entered, it was the only order which met the service level rules. Something to keep in mind is that these are suggestions made by the setup in JDE. Users can always run this process and use the fulfillment management workbench to make any adjustments for any special considerations. On the PDF output from auto fulfillment, there could be errors indicating some orders could not be met. If users check the work center, they will be able to see the error in greater detail. In the example that was previously run, we can see some of the orders did not meet the service level rules because the minimum fill percentage was not 100%. It was 71% in this example, meaning there is not enough inventory to meet the requirements for this order. After running auto fulfillment in final mode in JD Edwards, the UBE has made the suggestion to fill the following lines. Notice that there are no partials in the fulfilled quantity column. This goes back to the service level rules indicating that no line should be less than 100% fulfilled. Although order number 15912 does have a higher score because of a nearer request date, the allocations go to the order which can fulfill the service level rules, Manual adjustments can be made on the workbench for any exceptions. If we go to the item availability screen, we'll notice that some quantity has moved out of the future column and is now in the soft commit column. This happens before the line or order has been released back into the sales order process. However, notice the work order quantity of 8 units is about to be completed. If we go to the supply and demand inquiry screen, we'll notice that the units should be completed before the next requested date for an order on 8/7. We can currently see that we do not have sufficient supply to meet the demand on the next 3 orders. The auto fulfillment process allocated inventory to 15913 since we were able to completely fill that order. However, since we know that the work order will be completed before the next requested date for order 15912, we can manually fulfill this order using the Workbench in Fulfillment Management. Knowing that we have a planned receipt by looking at the previous screen, Supply and Demand Inquiry, users will be able to commit inventory to the required order, or in this example, 15912. Users can perform this function by manually going to Fulfillment Management Workbench and entering the quantity to be fulfilled. Once orders or lines are fulfilled, the release fulfillment process is next. When release fulfillment is run, it can update the status on the sales order, send a notification to the customer indicating the order has been released and is ready to be picked and shipped, and it also removes the records from the Fulfillment Management Workbench. The goal of fulfillment management is to better allocate inventory and meet customer demand. Using the auto fulfillment feature, it improves line and order fill rates. Fulfillment management is able to integrate with other modules to allow for manual intervention and commit inventory that will be completed on near-term work orders. Rather than committing inventory at time of order entry on a first-come, first-served basis, fulfillment management allows rules to allocate inventory to better meet the customer's needs. With the new implementation, there are always a variety of questions. On the next slide, we will go over a couple of them. 2 modules that are required in order to use fulfillment management are sales order management and inventory management. Fulfillment management is a separate package that needs to be purchased, but it links to a variety of other modules as listed above. Fulfillment management is available on apps and tools release 9.0 and above. And depending on a couple of factors, the implementation typically takes about 3 to 6 weeks. I'll hand it back over to you, Michael.
Thank you, Zach. Great job. To learn more about GuidewireSI, follow us on Twitter, LinkedIn, and go to our website, GuidewireSI.com, or feel free to reach out to either Shannon or myself.